Hi, my name is Amy. Welcome to today's practice. We'll be focusing on opening up our hips, balancing on our hands quite a bit, including flying lizard pose, and we'll be working on a bunch of other fun and challenging poses. Let's get started.
All right, let's get started. We will start today in a wide yoga squat, like a malasana variation, unless this is unreasonable. So if this is an unreasonable start for you, you can slide a block or a pillow underneath your bum, or you can just sit down, find a shape that's virtually the same. If you're sitting here, use the elbows to guide the knees out. Kind of the same here, but we got a little bit more resistance if you're up. So depending on where your body hits, I like to lower down, so I really kind of get my torso in front of my thighs, palms together, thumbs at the sternum, back of the arms into the shin cap, pressing into it. And as I lengthen the tailbone down, I pull my pubic bone in and up. I'm using the resistance of my arms to guide the knees out. Very symmetrical, feels good. Lift up through the crown of the head. We'll start with our eyes closed. Up to you if you want to let the chin gently rest toward the chest in a Jalandhara Bandha. Feels a little bit less heavy to hold your head up that way. So if you want to rest it, do that. Eyes closed as you begin to tune in, letting go of whatever the demands of the outside world are for the next 70 minutes as you focus on self-care. Starting by noticing how your hips feel in this opening pose. For some of us, it's quite reasonable. For others, perhaps it's already a challenging start. Acknowledge whatever's going on, and then notice how that affects your breath. If you're feeling tight in the body, the breath may reflect that. And if the breath is tight, the mind may also reflect that. So the mind, body, and breath all have to work in unison. And if any one of these things is off, the others are going to feel it. So start by noticing your breath. Begin to set an intention, a positive thought, a mantra, a guiding principle you can weave throughout your practice. With your attention on that positive thought or intention, slowly draw in air through the nose, lift the crown of the head, hold the breath at the top, open your mouth, exhale, lengthen the tailbone down, lift the heart up. Inhale through the nose, expanding across the collarbones. Out through the mouth, grounding yourself down. Inhale through the nose, and back out through the nose. Hug your breath to the base of your throat. Cultivate Ujjayi Pranayama. Ground the feet down, energetically work the heels toward each other, and lift the heart more. Keep working your Ujjayi breath and gently blink the eyes. Reach the left arm in front of the shin. Right arm up, hand to the back of the head, lift the elbow up and to the left as you lengthen the right hip down in opposition. Open up the heart, fan the elbow back, and keep working the opposition of the right elbow and right hip. Breathing into the right rib cage. Hands back to heart, switching sides, right arm in front. Notice how I'm lowering down. I'm constantly today going to try to get a knee-shoulder kind of connection, if you can. That's where you're working toward. It may not be for everyone yet. Hand to the back of the head, but that's where the goal is. Inner shoulder, outer knee, outer shoulder, inner knee connection. Get that right. Elbow up and to the right as you lengthen the left hip down. Reach the elbow back, send the gaze up, lengthen out that stretch even more, emphasizing the length on the left side, inhaling into that side space. Exhaling as the hands come back to heart center. Take the left leg back into lizard. You can have props handy. You might want them, blocks. So you're on the ball of the back foot. Push the heel back and shift forward. So you're just shifting back, forward and back a few times. With the palms down. We'll lower down to forearms in a moment. And come back to neutral and tap the knee down. And as you lift it up, emphasize heel back, heart forward, and notice how the hip flexor psoas stretches much deeper. So bend, push heel back, send heart forward, and keep pinning the knee and the right hip in. Bend, and straighten. We'll do 2 more. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Now, if it's reasonable, lower down to forearms and keep the back leg lifted a little bit longer and then lower it down. Working back and forth if you can, again. And if you're on palms, it's the same thing we did just a moment ago. And lower the knee down and lift it up, down, up, down, up. And lower down and keep it there, point the toes back. A very good flexion of cats. Bend the back leg, flex the foot at first, and try to get the heel toward your bum. It's the hamstring that's doing a lot of the work, curling and using the butt muscle. Reach back with the right hand, grab the foot, now you can point it and pull it in. Keep the right shoulder opening up. You can always be on your left palm, you don't have to be on your forearm for this. You can also have a block underneath your palm or your forearm to help. Release the leg. Come up to palms, bend, and see if you can reach back with the left hand. That's going to knock me over. Some of us, this is going to be enough. Others, you're going to press into the right foot and try to hold with both hands. Lift the body and keep pulling the heel into your bum. This is a deep stretch, and you also have to balance your weight. Stay here, but kick the foot into the hand. Roll the shoulders back and send the heart forward so it's more like a heart opener. Again, you have to work some balance, so get the glutes involved, find some stability in the front leg. Release. Lower back down. Let the left hip dip down and lift it up. And dip down, so you're kind of tilting to the left edge and up, and one more. And then if you can hang here, you do. Take the right foot out toward 2 o'clock, pinky edge of the foot, and then push onto the inner thigh, not the knee. It's like you're rolling the inner thigh flesh up and away from you. And the left front hip is trying to lower down. We're opening our hips today, can you guess? We're going to do a few things. Release the right foot back toward 12, come up to your palms and lift the hips up and back. Woo! Curl the toes back to deepen the hamstring stretch. Send the heart forward. Forward fold any amount. You might stay in a half forward fold or all the way forehead to shin. Lift the body, bend the right, curl the back toes under. Straighten the right leg, quarter turn to the left, and you bend the left leg, straighten the right. I'm just trying to face you, don't flip around like I did. Bend left, straighten right. Hands at the heart center. Hands can stay down if you need it, or left arm in front, right arm up. These are all stopping points. You can be here, half wrap, pretty reasonable. Bottom arm wrapping a little more challenging. Right shoulder up, back down, do what you can. And if this shape is already challenging, you could be here if you need it. Take the gaze toward your left foot and draw the right shoulder and right ear away from each other in opposition, stretching your upper trapezius. Hands release to the heart center or toward the earth and switch. Don't lower all the way down. Lower down if you need to for the other variation. Hands at the heart center, hands down, or adding the bind, full or half wrap. Roll the left shoulder up and back. Send the gaze towards your right foot and draw left shoulder, left ear away from each other. release to the heart center, switch. This time do lower all the way down. You're here or you're here. I like opposite hand to foot. It could be same hand to foot. Ground down, lift up, get the length on the whole left side, but let the left hip ground down and side stretch. Try not to forward fold, but if you have enough space, you're taking the right shoulder in front of the knee, whoops, and getting a deeper stretch. And then you can roll the heart up. I like ball of the foot. It helps me to get a deeper stretch. It also looks prettier. And slowly come on up. If you're here, you should be able to move on to up. If you were in the other shape, help yourself up with your hands and switch to the other side. Lower down here or here. Left hand anywhere that makes sense for you. Right arm up, get a little length. And you could get shoulder in front of the knee to deepen it. This is like one of my favorite side stretches. And then roll the heart open and up. Maybe the ball of the left foot, or right foot rather. And slowly lift up. Lift yourself up. Quarter turn, you're on the right side. Keep your right leg there. Lower the left knee down. We're just doing so much in this kind of lizard dragon shape. If you can, you're lowering down to your forearm, but everyone's taking the right hand to the inside. Lift the hip up and back and try to snuggle the shoulder underneath and then lower back down. So I know this isn't going to be for all of us, but most of us can find a shape close to this. And if you can, the forearms are down. So shoulder snuggled, right shoulder snuggled, both forearms down if you can. If you can't, you're doing what you can. Maybe you're on palms or using blocks to help. Bend the back leg. You can flex or point it. Some of us are going to hang here. Others are going to reach back to grab it. If this isn't for you, you can't force yourself into it. Just do what you can. If you can, keep the foot and begin to straighten the leg, the right leg. Everyone come forward, release, but keep the shoulder snuggled. You might have to re-snuggle it. Take the hands down now to either side. Press up into the hands until you lift the foot up, and take the left leg over to the right. Shift the weight to the right, palm left fingertips. Most of us can do this, left arm up, and some of us will grab the foot like we just did a moment ago in that side stretch for Ardha Vishvamitrasana. And release the leg. Lower the foot to the outside of the right hand, curl the back toes under. This side yesterday, so needy. Gaze forward, step the left foot to the left hand. You're in your Malasana squat. Isn't that fun? Don't your hips feel open on one side? All right, step the right leg back. Remember, we're doing all of this in stages. We're gently opening up the hips in very specific ways. So first, hands down, we're just shifting forward and back. Now this should feel pretty good on the back side. Second side feels a little bit better, actually. Now tap downs. Down. And as you come up, push heel back, send heart forward. Emphasize that. Tap down, straighten and lengthen, heart forward. Tap down. 2 more. 4. 5. Now lower the forearms if you can. And again, rock and roll, forward and back. And tap down. Fire breathing dragon. Lower the back knee down, point the toes back and hang here. Try to pin the left knee. I don't know if you can tell, but I've really got my left knee pinned into my arm. It's not wing dragon at all. We'll get there, but you see we're doing a lot of binding, so it helps to really keep the knee and the shoulder connected. Begin to bend the back leg, keep it flexed at first. Pull the heart forward and up, right? So try, I know I was just looking down, try not to. Try to work even the heart opener here. You could be on your right palm or standard form as you reach back to grab the foot. Now you can point the toe and pull it in. So first we're using a little bit of our own muscular effort, now all flexibility. Release the leg. Now bend, reach back with the right. Some of us, that will be what we do. Others really shift the weight into the left foot and the left glute. Lift up and pull it in with both. And work the shoulders back so you're lifting the body up as much as you can. Should feel very tense. It's like in King Arthur without the wall. Now you can lean forward a little bit to just kick the leg back, work the shoulders back and bend the heart over. You're not really leaning forward, but I mean just to get into it. And kick the foot back to send the heart forward. Breathe. And if you're wobbling and falling, it's just a new shape to try to find balance in. Just take one hand down for a moment. Release the leg. Take the hands to the inside, let the right hip dip down, and lift it up. Dip it down, and up, and down. You might lower back down to your forearm. Left foot out toward 10. Pinky edge of foot, so it's at like a 45-degree angle. Left hand rolling the inner thigh flesh up and out. It's a weird sentence. But that is what it is, and I don't have leggings on, so I can really literally push my flesh up and out away. But that helps with the external rotation. Release, take the left foot back toward 12, lift the hips up and back, your hands can frame the foot. The left hip back, the heart pulls forward, forward fold any amount. Lift the body, bend the left, curl the back toes under both legs, straighten, quarter turn to the right, bend the right, straighten the left, bend the left, straighten the right. You can keep the hands down or hands at the heart center, bend right, straighten left, bend left, straighten right, quarter turn, you're facing the front. Lower the back knee down, left hand from the inside, left shoulder knee snuggle, hand to the back of the ankle. If you can, you're lowering the forearm to the outside. If you need to be under palm or somewhere in between, that's fine. Some of us will try to bend the back leg, but maybe not grab for it, and others will reach back to grab it. And then if you can grab it, you're pulling it in. Trying, if you can, to lift the hips up and back, straighten the leg, but still hold the foot. And then come forward, release. Keep the shoulders snuggled. Press into the palms and try to lift the foot up. Take the right shin over to the left, shift to the right fingertips, the right arm up, or grab the foot for Ardha Vishwamitrasana. Maybe you can roll the gaze up. Release, left foot to outside, back toes under, Right foot to outside of right hand, you're back in your starting pose. Hands down, heels out, toes in. Interlace the fingers or use a prop if you have it. Arms up and overhead. Thighs back. I like to bounce here. You can do whatever you like. You can be static. Change the interlace. Release the hands. Little hop to bring the feet together. Lengthen your spine. Hands down, step to plank. Shift forward, shift back. So shoulders over wrists, shoulders over fingertips. Keep the belly engaged, shift back. Shift forward, shift back. 3 chaturanga push-ups. 1, push up and back. 2, 3, without back bending and lower all the way to your stomach. Hands by the low ribs, low cobra, heart forward and up, shoulders back. Exhale to lower. Heart forward and up, shoulders back, elbows squeeze. And lower. Heart forward and up, shoulders back. Slide to forearms, you're in Sphinx. Heart forward, shoulders back. It's the same thing every time, right? That's part of the emphasis. All 10 toes down, shins and knees lifted. Hang here if this is enough for you, otherwise it's into cobra. Now the lower body is relaxed. The more you want to back bend, the closer you work your hands toward your hips. Shoulders back, heart forward, any shape you're breathing. If you want, you can lift the gaze up. You can also drop chin down. Lift the hips up and back, Anahatasana. Arms in front of you, ribs down, heart pulls forward, hips lift high. Pull forward back to Sphinx. Lower down, hands by your hips. Lift the upper body, lift the lower body, interlace. Baddha Shalabhasana. Heart forward, inner thighs lifting. Goofy interlace, change the interlace. One more inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Hands by the low ribs, upward facing. Heart forward, shoulders back. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, balls of the feet, bend at the knees. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Ground down, rise all the way up. Palms meet, hands at the heart center, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale the arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen your spine. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing. Exhale, Adha Mukha, downward facing. Rest. There's only a few resting poses in this class. It's only because they're built into your sun salutes, so enjoy them. You can always rest whenever you need, but I don't cue it too much. Inhale, balls of the feet, bend at the knees. Exhale to the top. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms meet, hands to the heart center, Samasthiti. Before the next round, come back to your positive thought. Inhale and invite that positive thought in, arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold, let positive energy circulate. Inhale, lengthen your spine, open your heart, positive energy in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing, heart opens, good vibes in. Exhale, downward facing. Let good energy, positive vibes circulate. It's just a matter of what you want to think about. It takes the same effort. And you can think about stuff that brings you down, or you can think about stuff that lifts you up. the last one is the one that I would choose. Right? Make yourself feel good. Life may have a lot of challenges, but you can still manage what's going on inside. Inhale, balls of the feet, bend at the knees. Exhale to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms meet, hands at the heart center, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, open your heart, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, all the Mukha, right leg steps forward as the left heel grounds. One inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. One exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Next inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Left leg steps forward at the base of the exhale, ground the right. One inhale to rise, Virabhadrasana 1. One exhale to Chaturanga. Next inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Rest. Inhale, balls of the feet, bend at the knees. Exhale to the top. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, Utkatasana. Press to stand, Samasthiti. Nice. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Lift to the balls of the feet. We're lowering into crow. For some of us, it's going to be Bakasana, Shirshasana, squeeze the knees into the ribs. It'll be crow, pass through headstand. And as you lower back down to crow, pause here, really squeeze the elbows in, press into the palms. Lift the heart first, then pull the ribs in. If you're exhaling to Chaturanga, you must offset by sending the heart forward. So do all that counterbalance. Downward facing. Let's get started. Inhale the right leg back and up. Open the hip, bend the knee, take nice big hip circles. Big mandalas. Knee all the way down, out and around. And begin to straighten the leg, square the hip. Straighten the leg, and square the hip. Open the hip. I said straighten the leg. I meant open and close the hip. The leg is straight this whole time. So we're changing the hip rotation. Now that the hip's open, lift to the ball of the left foot, hike the right knee to the side, and then develop the leg towards straight. Take the leg back. So the hip is neutral, open, hike the knee with an open hip, straighten the leg with an open hip, take the leg back, neutralize the hip so it's the toes point up. Open the hip, bend, keep it bent and pull all the way forward into your arm balance or chaturanga. Bent to straight, right? Try not to kiss the ground. Sweep the leg back and up. Pull the knee to center, foot between the hands, back foot ground. The right hand right inside of the right foot, left arm up, right into a half wrap. Those of you that need a strap for full binds, it goes into the top arm. So use your strap because we're coming into full binding work here. Lower the right shoulder down so you're in full wrap. Push the left thigh back as you roll the left shoulder up and back. Don't forget the bend in the right leg. Your feet are in, your core are in your feet right now, so use that. Begin to straighten the leg. Bound triangle pose. Try to keep the chest open, like the left shoulder rolling up. Bend, bound side angle, Baddha Parshva Konasana. Baddha Trikonasana. Keep the left arm wrapped, release the right. If you have a block, you may want it for half move. Take the right fingertips or palm forward. If you don't have a block, you know, you're made in shape, right? We're doing what we can these days. Take the left knee in, and straighten it, and take it back. It's like what we did in down dog. Hike the knee, and straighten, take it back. Last one. If you can, you're releasing the hand to yogi peace grip. And if you can, you're pulling the belly in, sending the right arm out, and rolling all the way up. And if you can, you're straightening. These are all if, right? We do what we can. We may not be doing all of it today. If you're here, take a bow. Lift the hip up and back, bow with respect. You have to counter distribute your weight front to back, side to side to make this work. Ground down, rise up, wrap the hip underneath. Woo. Releasing to half moon, kind of how you came into it. So we're here, bend, slowly lower down, let the hips stay open. Come back to your half moon, bend the right, come back to warrior two, or come to warrior two for the first time here. Reverse. Windmill both hands down to the inside of the right foot. Take the right hand from the inside and snuggle the shoulder. Take the right hand out, drop the left, press into the palm, lift the right leg up. Maybe left fingertips or left hand up. Some of us full expression of Vishvamitrasana. Those of you in beast mode, take it right into Ekapada Kaundinyasana. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Fun. Left side. Lift the left leg back and up. Start by bending at the knee and opening the hips, so just taking hip mandalas first. Big, big hip circles. They can be either direction. I tend to just go out on this one. Begin to straighten the leg, square the hip. Open the hip, square the hip. The leg staying straight. Open, square, open, and pause. Lift to the ball of the right foot, bend, and straighten. Take the leg back, square the hip, open the hip, hike the left knee to the side, straighten, take the leg back, square the hip, open the hip, hike the knee, pull forward into your arm balance or chaturanga. Try not to kiss the ground. Sweep the leg back and up. Pull the knee into center. Left foot between the hands. Coming right into side angle pose, left hand to the inside. Half wrap, use your prop if you need it. Full wrap. Ooh, that is very slippery today. So my stance is a little bit narrow just because I'm sliding on my mat. But if you can, the stance is a little bit longer so you can feel it more. Try to keep the heart open. Make sure the back leg is helping you. Work the right thigh back. Begin to straighten the leg for bound triangle. Keep rolling the heart open. Bound, side angle pose, Baddha Parshvakonasana. And bound triangle, Baddha Trikonasana. Getting that nice hamstring stretch. Slowly releasing the left hand, finding a block if you have it, fingertips or whatever. Coming into your Ardha Chandrasana afterwards. Same thing we've been playing with. Hike the right knee, straighten it, take the leg back. Hike the knee, straighten, and back. Hike the knee, release the right hand, yogi peace toe grip the big toe. It could be, I sometimes grab the heel. Lift the left hip up, let the right hip lower and take the left arm out. Slowly rise up. Ooh. Balance issues today? Good, maybe you're straightening. So I tend to hold my heels, so I'm doing that right now. Broad across the collarbones. This might be enough. Some of us bow with respect. Nuntam Padangustasana, be counter distribute your weight. Hip has to go through those hip rotations to do this. Ground down, rise up, wrap the hip underneath. Bend, release to your half moon. Release to warrior two. Reverse. both hands come down to the inside of the left foot. Left hand from the underneath side snuggles. Left hand to the outside of the foot. Drop the right heel toward the middle. Press into the palm, ball of the foot. Lift the foot. Lift the right hand. Or full expression, Ardha Vishwamitra, rather. Full expression. Right into Ekapada, those that love it. Just give us all the arm balances. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Isn't it exciting? We're only at the 35-minute mark and we've done so much. Yay! Let's jump to the outside of our hands for a moment, as if to say, let's take a break. But I usually don't. I'm going to offer up a few things. So some of us are going to sit here going, oh, thank goodness. I need a moment here to just hang out. You can even just sit down and hang out in an entirely different way. But those of us who like to constantly move, we'll do some jumps. So today the suggestion, if you want it, is can you jump with one leg bent and one leg straight? Let me show it this way. And if you can't, so this, if you can't, you're trying that. See if you can clap your feet. And if you can clap them, maybe you can clap them twice or get some hang time. So whatever you can be here, you can be there, right? Or you can be here. I'm like a hummingbird. I gotta keep moving. So notice, even here I'm moving. You can be here and just kind of rock and roll. Just wait a moment and we'll all be done in a second. So take your last little jump if you're playing with it. Good. And we'll kind of hang here just to make it quicker. Ready? So here we are. We're going to lift the body up. Take the right hand. Those of you that need a strap, grab your strap in the left hand. We'll take the right hand. We're going to come right into a bind. So snuggle the shoulder, right arm up, left arm catches it. Bring the left foot in, come to the ball of the right foot. We'll come into Svarga inverted paradise. So all the way into the left. Oops, falling. Rising up. You can hang here, broaden across the collarbones. Some of us will work a straight leg. Bend, slowly lower down. Release, right into the second side. So strap in the right hand now if you need it. Snuggle the left shoulder underneath. Come into your wrap, all the way into the right foot, all left, and slowly rise up. So you realize the right glute has to do a lot. Wrap the left hip underneath. Most of us probably hanging here, some of us working straight. Broaden across the collarbones. Bend, and slowly lower down. Woo! Okay. This will seem like a break. We're about to work a fun arm balance, but we're going to take a little break for the wrists and cardio break, really. So hands down, fingertips pointing toward you, and shift the weight back. I think my dog's kind of in the way of seeing. There. So shift the weight back, but push the inner arms forward. Then bend the elbows a little bit. Lift the heel of the hand up. Good. Back of the hands down. Great. Okay, so we're going to do an arm balance in a second, but move your mat toward a wall. I want to do this one more standing pose, and really most of us are going to be at the wall. So it's standing sundial pose, Uttita Sthiti Surya Yantrasana. The wall is a great way to get into this. It's also just a great way to stretch for even what we were just doing in Bird Paradise. So this is the wall I'll probably use for when we invert, but I'm going to use my front door to just show what we're doing. So we're going to take the right leg up, and my hip I'm going to try to wrap underneath. Now this is combined kind of everything we've done. We've obviously been focusing on hips and binds and side stretches. We've done a lot. So I'm going to take my right shoulder and try to lower it down. You see that? Lower it down. And I might just hang here and work the top shoulder back because that feels good. I can wind it if I want. But if I can, I'm gonna let the hips work away from the wall and work my right leg towards straight. And again, I can just dangle here. Like I like this as a tangling, but I'd like to eventually try to get that left arm all the way over. And so does this look like standing sundial pose? Yay, or compass pose, sometimes that's called. And I can take my bottom arm underneath. So you can do what you can. Some of us, the leg might be bent, that's fine. A lot of us, the hand's not gonna touch, right? I like the dangly arm. So try this on the right, and then we'll switch sides. If you feel like you can do this away from the wall, by all means do it. But I'm using the wall mostly to just stretch, which feels good. All right, let's do the left side, which for me is now my right side. But I'll do it this wall. So I'm going to take my leg to the wall. I'm going to lower my shoulder toward the inner knee. If I can, I'm going to straighten the leg and take the top arm over. The bottom arm wherever it's not in the way. So, Uttita Sthiti Surya-Yantrasana. Really tough pose to find away from the wall and to find that balance on tilt. But it can be done. I've done it where I can actually rest my head. If you find that lovely balance, it's great, but it doesn't last very long. It's super hard. All right, so even yourself out, finish your second side, and then come back down so we can work on our arm balance, and then we'll invert with the wall. Playtime, officially playtime. Okay, so we're coming into flying lizard, and there's a few things about this that make it challenging. If you have a block, I suggest it. It's helpful. But you're going to use the block underneath your right foot, so the foot would be on a block, like I had a block underneath. And if you don't have one, you don't have one. All right, so this is pretty much how we started. The full warm-up was focused on lizard. The hard part of this pose is that there's a foot element to it that trips people up, so there's ways of getting into it. So here's the pose. Let me first show it. We get into it like we've been doing all this binding work, and I'll place my hand to the outside. Now, my foot, my lifted leg, has to point back, and if I can, it's going to go around the arm, right? That's the part that's tricky. So for some people, I see them have to really focus on like lifting the foot like I just did to do it. So you might need to do that, right? Otherwise, you just lift up and point it back. Shift the weight forward, try not to look down, look up, and bend the lifted leg or straighten. I've been liking bend. Now there is a way to do this with straight arms. So any of you in here who want to try it, try to pull the belly into straighten the arm. It can be done. Let me try that again. So I'm here. And then you can straighten up. So then the arms, so that happens. All right, so let's do our right side. I'm gonna kind of watch. So I can just breathe for a second. And just know that this little snuggling part where you have to get the foot around can be troubling. You don't have to, you can point the toe back, but it does give you some leverage, especially with the straight arm variation. You can also go from bent to straight, and I do that too, so that can be done. Or straight to bent, you can do either way. Remember to send the heart forward and up. Think what you do in like an open heart cobra or up dog, because otherwise you do face plant, like pretty easily in this pose. So let's try not to do that. And let's switch sides. Let's do the left side. Probably gonna be a little harder for some of us. Most of us are right dominant. So again, you could do this and get the hand part done first, and then try to get the snuggle, right? Shift the weight forward, belly in, bent or straight leg for the back leg. Try not to face plant, but lifting the heart forward and up. I always think of trying to look about 2 to 3 feet in front of you in arm balances like this. I can't see everyone. I know everyone's just nailing this with no problem because it's so easy. All right, if you're finishing up, finish up. Otherwise, we're going to go to the wall. I'm going to give a couple options. As always, if you have an inversion practice that you're working and it's better for you than what I've shown, do what you like. It's your practice. You're at home. No concede anyway. That's John's camera. I'm going to show. You should try to show for sort of beginning to more advanced levels in our handstand practice. So For most of us, if you're trying to eventually break up with the wall, you're going to want to work the easiest shape, which is stag legs. So I'm not even going to show it with the wall, just so you can speed this up. So I'm going to start with like a warrior 3-leg. I can even start with my leg bend shape. So if you're trying to work balance, this is a great one. It looks just like the lizard shape that we just did. That's what I suggest, especially if you're breaking up the wall. If you want to use the wall, you can also use the wall for this one, right? You can have one foot at the wall. But if you're trying to break up with the wall, don't kick the foot off. Instead, use the hands, the fingertips, and the heel of the palm to get the foot off, okay? So that's one option. If you know you're doing that and you're ready to start, you can. I'm going to show a press-up option for those of us working with press-up. The suggestion for today, it's kind of like puppy press, or about as easy, I think. And it's kind of like the jumping we did. The back of my head, the back of my shoulder blades, and even mid-back would be touching the wall. As you graduate away from the wall, you go to just the head, and then no wall. I'm going to show it with no wall just so you can see me better, and I don't really have the space to show it. So my hands will be down. I'm going to inhale and pull my ribs in to prepare my body. I'm going to exhale, press into the palms, lift to the ball of the foot, and then I'm going to take one leg out to the side, and then the other. So I'm in this shape, and then you can also come into, the stag leg shape, right? So you can go out like this, and then bring it in. You could also do one leg out and one leg straight back up. That's a little harder. So we have very open hips. I would rely on the hip opening to help you sort of wing your way up. So between those couple shapes, and the people who are pressing up, if you also want to find this shape, you can kick up into that shape as well. So that's like 2 different shapes and 2 different ways to get into it. Third way, always a fun way. If you don't want to press up, but you can already kick up, you can jump up, right? So we did the jumps earlier. You could jump up into stag legs. That's kind of fun, right? You can find that shape. You can jump up and find, I don't have space to show all of this, to find this shape, right? So you can play. My mat's all moving around, so be very careful if you experience that too. My mat's been very slimy recently. It's very dangerous. All right, playtime. I'm going to play too. Those of you learning press-ups probably use the wall, but those of you who can break up with it for whatever your inversion is today. And make sure you do non-dominant side as well. So it's like a couple minutes here to play, get both sides in. Counterpose your wrists in between. Make sure to do your non-dominant side. Okay, everyone pause for a moment. Some of you are working away from the wall in your handstands. There's 2 ways to come out of it. One is cartwheeling out, which I'm not going to show today because that takes time and I feel like I need to be next to people. But if you know how to cartwheel out, you can break up with the wall. You don't need it. And I've had a few students send me videos and stuff recently, texts this week, saying they're breaking up with the wall. It's exciting, right? Break up the wall. Now, I'm a little nervous on my sliding mat. If you can't do that, but you have a nice open heart, the shoulders are open, the hip flexors are open, everything we've done today to open our body, you can come out into Urdhva You land in Ekapada Urdhva which I like. The key is you want to look up if you're going to fall. So let me just show that. If those of you who want to play with it. So if you're taking this shape and you think you're falling out, make sure to look up and then you land, right? And then I'm here and I can like head straighten my leg or whatever, right? So that's how you fall out of that shape. If you're playing with that, you can fall out of the back of it. I wouldn't recommend that unless you've done a lot to open your heart. But we did do a lot. We did a decent amount. We aren't focused on back bends today, big back bends, but we did open enough for that to fall out into that. So I'm going to give you 1 more minute to play with anything that we've done. Make sure you do your non-dominant side. I did too. Wasn't as successful. But do it anyway. So take another 1 or 2 kick-ups on your non-dominant side. If you're doing what I just showed, you're going to try to fall into the back bend, do your dominant side. Don't do your non-dominant side. Not unless you're really comfortable. If you know you're just done with all of this for now, take any resting pose that sounds good to you. For me, I just want to counter pose my wrists. You might need a child's pose or something else. We'll all be done in, let's say, 30 seconds. And don't worry, those of you that didn't do the back bends, we're still going to get to that, like right now. So if you're inverted, finish, and if you're not, don't kick up. Okay, everyone come down. So I think today we'll try something a little bit different. Cross-legged, I'm going to give options. So cross at the shins. If you have Padmasana, lotus, you could do lotus. If you have Agni Sambhasana, I can't even show that, but that's like leg stacked like this, like a box. That's a pretty deep hip opener. You can do that too, but just keep in mind we're adding a heart opener to this. So I'm going to do Padmasana. For me, that's fairly reasonable. That's not going to be for everybody. Sukhasana, easy pose, just cross, or Agni Sambhasana. Those of you with really open outer hips, you can do that one. And I'm roughly an arm's distance from my wall. If you're not using your wall today for any reason, you don't have to. You can just pretend there's a wall there, right? But what we're going to try to do is sit down, lift the arms up, and take them back. And then press into the palms and try to lift the chest up. And if you realize you're too close, you'll move farther. You're sending your booty back. It's almost a little bit like a booty pop. And pressing into the palms to lengthen out. It's a huge shoulder stretch and heart opener. Really awkward to talk about. Let's switch. So whatever leg you have in front, do your non-dominant leg. Usually we start with our dominant. And when I started, I was a little bit close, but I like that because it forces me to open up my heart a little bit more. But if it's too much for you, you move farther away from the wall. And if you're like, I can't even get my hands to the wall, I'm not sure what's happening. You're just finding this shape then. You're finding whatever sense of a heart opener you can find in your hip opener. Okay, so second side, pressing to the palms and try to straighten the arms and lift the heart. At the same time, the booty's sort of energetically reaching back to the wall. Alright, and slowly come out. Ah, just ensconced in animals. Okay, slowly release. Coming into pigeon. So if you want to start in down dog and take the leg forward, you can. I'm just going to take it forward wherever I can find some space. I don't know that I can. Take the right leg. The shin can be parallel to the wall. Some of you could use the wall. We will use the wall. Those of you that have the wall, use the wall. If you don't have the wall or don't want to use the wall, don't. But if you do have it, you're going to use the wall with me. Alright, so you're going to be in pigeon, but you're going to take the back leg up the wall. I can't even do it. These cats allow me in. I don't ever wreck a humble comfort that precedes mine. Alright, so right leg in front, back leg up the wall. Come on. There we go. Okay? Back leg up the wall if you can. Oh, there we go. Okay, which one? Let's see. So you're in pigeon, single pigeon, back leg's up the wall, or the back leg is grounded. You don't have to take it up the wall. Leg up the wall makes it a little bit more challenging. If you want it, right? Forward fold. Sit down. If you're not near the wall, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Everything you do, you can do without the wall. lift the body up. Keep the back leg up the wall if that's reasonable. The left hand to the right knee. The right hand behind you, and find any degree of a twist. And if the leg up the wall makes this too challenging, move away from the wall. You can also have both hands close to each other. That's a little less challenging. Take your body through center. Reach back with the left hand. And from the big toe side, slide the hand underneath and pull it in towards you. It's hard to see, but I'm just bringing it in. It's the same kind of work we did in dragon and all that. And if you can, you're letting the foot slide into the crook of the elbow. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, right? If you can do that, you can keep the heart open. You can lift the right arm up, and you're in mermaid. Don't worry if you can't do this. We're going to do a few different variations anyway. Release the leg. Now take the body forward. Hold on to the leg with the left hand. Take the body forward. Reach back with the right hand. It's kind of like that pose we did in the very beginning. See if you can lift up and kick the leg back. Let me show this from the side. So I'm here. Right? So it's almost like a bow feeling. Shoulders back, heart forward. The more you kick the foot back, the more you can send the heart forward. Release the leg. If you were by the wall, move away from. Roll the right toes under. This applies if you don't have the wall as well. But if you do have the wall, you're going to walk the leg back and up so you're in splits at the wall. Salamba Ekapada Urva Prasarita Ekapadasana. And if you're using the wall, press into the palms and consider lifting the right hip up to float the foot up so that it's above the baseboard. Or, I don't know if it was baseboard, but up off the earth. I happen to have a baseboard here. And for some of you, again, with the wall, take the left leg out to the side and up. You're in handstand. That's fun. And take the right leg out to the side and down. You're in standing splits on the other side. Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana. Walk the hands forward and take the left leg forward. Now, if you're using the wall, you kind of have to slide back to get the leg up the wall. And the reason I like the leg up the wall, aside from I just like making poses more challenging, is it's training it for the back bending we're going to do in a second. Now, when I'm working back bends, you really want to work that back hip forward. And the front leg, you can see for me, I can barely get it. I don't really have flexibility in this way. But if you can, you're going to try to work the front hip as well. Right? Then forward fold. Slowly lift the body up. Reaching back first with the right hand and from the underneath side of the foot and trying to kind of bring it into you. And if you can, you slide it into the crook of the elbow. And if that's working, you can kind of, sometimes this might happen, but you can't really like let the other hand be free. I get it, but if you can, it helps to work the hips back, then you can add the top arm and come into this shape. And this isn't my favorite shape because it tends to open up the hip, but it's a nice, for those of us who don't have straps and can't do the flip grip, this is a nice way sort of in between. Ooh, did I not do our twist first? I did not. We'll fix that. All right, release this leg because we twisted first. So take we'll add a twist before we do the second part of the arm. So right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, or if it's too much, it's by the knee. Alright, now coming back. So we'll grab now from the outside of the leg, lean forward, add the other hand, whoop, and then kick the foot back to send the heart forward. Shoulders back, the foot is really kicking into the hands. And release, curl the right toes under, walk the hands back as the left leg goes up the wall. Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana. If you're not using the wall, it's the same thing, just without the wall. If you do have the wall, press into the palms. Some of us can float the leg up by working the hips up. This kind of helps you for press-ups and toe taps. These floating splits. You can take the right leg out and up, you're in handstand. Take the left leg out to the side and down, you're in standing splits on the other side. And walk down. Good. I love throwing handstand into the cool down. Okay, so we're going to take, I'm going to face this way now. We'll take a few forward folds to counterpose all that work we've done. And get a little bit more into the outer hip. So right leg over left, half Gomukhasana or full Gomukhasana. I'm going to do half today. You're doing full, the left leg bends underneath as well. Arms, we'll do Gomukhasana arms. I've been liking that more. But if you want classic arms, it's Gomukhasana. So Garudasana is what we're going to do. Right arm underneath, left on top, Garudasana arms, elbows up, and forward fold. So you can be in the full expression of this pose or the half variation, which is what I'm showing. The half variation is kind of fun because the bottom, like it's a hamstring stretch. Use your breath to keep yourself calm and let the tight areas of your body surrender a little bit. Hard to find flexibility with the tight, rigid breath. And slowly lift up, release, switching sides. If you're doing the full variation, you can counterclockwise turn, that's fun. Left over right, if you're doing half variation, the right leg stays straight. Left arm underneath right, Garudasana, elbows up and over the knee. Slowly lift up. Both legs straight, starting in Dandasana. Make sure your sit bones are grounded. Take the right leg either crossing ankle over ankle or big toe, in between the big toe and the middle toe, you kind of hold the bottom of the heel. And then I use my left toes to push the right leg forward, kind of lengthening the whole leg, which is I just find delightful. Send the tailbone that way, pull the heart forward and forward fold. This variation is a little bit deeper than just the crossed ankles. Switching sides, so again, it's crossing the ankle or into the space between big toe, second toe, and use the right toes to push. Can you see I'm like pushing my foot forward? Lengthens it out, and I do that as I'm in the forward fold. It feels so good. And if you're like, this does not feel good, then don't take this variation. And lifting up. Take yourself all the way to the ground. Right leg over left. Both thighs into your chest. Legs are crossed, hands don't cross. But they do come over the big toe side of the foot to grab the pinky edge. Okay? Then rolling to the left shoulder, the legs are going to kind of separate. The right leg is working towards straight if you can, and you're pulling the left leg back with the right hand. Lift the left shoulder out from underneath you. This is cat pulling tail. If your hamstrings are tight, the right leg can be bent. If your hip flexor's tight, you may not grab with the right hand. So it's a lot happening because the right leg, if you're doing the full expression, right leg's getting a hamstring stretch, you're in a deep twist, and the hip flexor of the left is getting a nice stretch. So modify as needed. If this is too much, just take a bound twist without cat pulling tail. Unwind to your back. Press into the feet, scoop the hips up like a little bridge so you can paint the spine down. Start with a nice aligned spine. Left over right. So you could be in a twist just like this. You don't have to take the whole expression. Hands come over the big toe side to the pinky edge, rolling to the right shoulder as the left leg straightens and the right leg is pulled back. Gazing up or to the left. To your back, Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Knees squeezing into shoulders, shoulders pinning into knees, hands pressing down, heels lifting up, tailbone forward and down, imprinting your spine, and then you decide if you like to rock side to side. Take the legs out to either side, Supta Uddhavishta Konasana. Bring the legs in, curl yourself forehead to knees, get tiny and tight with a ball. Rock forward and back a few times. And make your way into your final, very brief rest pose. You have something to cover your eyes, that's nice. You could do legs up the wall. Take a big inhale through the nose, and a long exhale out through the mouth. Surrender into stillness. Release effort. Shavasana. Stretch up the body, arms overhead, toes stretching forward, lengthening out. Pull your knees in toward your chest, give yourself a hug. Make your way to one side. And with eyes closed, press up to a comfortable seated position. Back of the hands resting on the knees, palms up. Left hand, middle finger, ring finger to thumb pad. Right hand, middle finger, index finger to thumb pad. Pushan Mudra, giver of good health. Lift your heart up. Observe how you feel. Notice the shifts in your body, your mind, your energy, your mood. Honoring the discipline and practice by noticing how you feel at the end. Hands sealed together at the heart center in gratitude for all the effort you've put in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May our thoughts, words, and actions contribute to that happiness and freedom. Lift your heart, bow into yourself. The light within me sees and honors the light within each of you. Namaste.
Yay for yoga! Thank you so much for practicing with me and the pets. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. Sharing is caring. And turn on your notifications bell. You'll get notified when the next video is uploaded. Namaste.